Hi, this is Rachel Wright here with Verdant Strategies. Today we're in exciting New York City at CMB conference. First time I've been here. I think it's been great. And today I'm here with the Cannabis Cash Queen, Jen Makris. How are you?
I'm excellent, Rachel. Thank you so much for having me in your
Thank you
beautiful area here.
Thank you for being here and matching so well with our booth.
Thank you. I try. It's on theme.
Yeah, it's on theme with cash. So tell us what you do with cash. This is an important topic in cannabis.
It is. It's a topic that is often overlooked.
Right.
In the whole process and the whole cannabis ecosystem.
Yes.
So I've drilled that into more of a micro ecosystem on Cannabis Cash. So the Cannabis Cash ecosystem. And so that includes all the touch points in cash. So the financial institution, which 8 years ago when I started out in this space was a lot more challenging to get access to. So I organically grew this network of cash-friendly financial institutions. And then how are you moving that cash from point A to point B? Right. So I had a network of regional and now national transit providers, which because the Brinks and the Loomises, those synonymous names with armored transportation, cannot legally touch that cannabis cash.
Yeah.
So banks that were ready to bank that, how are we moving it? So then how are they on site? Once that cash is now in your building, in your dispensary. So really anybody cash intensive or cash touching. So let's be honest, that's 95% of retailers in America. So, but I love cannabis. I love the industry. It's such a, we are pioneers and getting to lay the framework of what cash handling processes look like is really cool. And so that next component of the ecosystem is the equipment, devices, and technology used to automate the cash touching process. So providing strategy and efficiencies in your cannabis retail operation. So that's what I get to do.
Cashless ATM.
So that is definitely
and ATMs as well.
So ATMs and cashless ATMs are part of that ecosystem, right? It's a necessary touch point for cash on site as well as digital payments. So a cashless ATM or a tap and pay, which there's a lot of volatility in the payment space. So with every cannabis cash related conversation, obviously becomes a digital conversation. So being able to speak to and have a network of trusted partners that I feel comfortable putting my name on as I consult in that space.
Yeah, definitely. So you don't do the merchant processing, but you have some partners that you work with that you trust.
Trusted, verified
partners. So you can navigate to the right people.
Exactly.
Right.
So I think my superpower, Rachel, is like connecting. I'm a connector by, and I love being able to do that, and creating these networks in this industry has been very rewarding, and it's great to have resources for people that need that help.
Yeah. So I'm thinking there's cash in and then there's cash out. So we kind of talked a little bit about cash in. How about cash out?
Great question.
Yes.
When I work with my clients, it's really cool to kind of do an on-site evaluation of the cash that's going out the back door as one example to what you mean by cash out.
Right.
And I'm talking strategically on the transactional side of the retail operation. Cash in and cash out from a ownership perspective and a management perspective in your books. That's a whole other conversation around cash out. And that's a world you live in, right, too.
Yes.
So, but the cash out physically on site is evaluating those processes that have, they're exposing the risk and the security of the cash, where it is literally either being mishandled at the transaction at the counter from bud tender to customer. So like a misallocation of change, providing change orders. And then on the back end, do you have processes in place that keep that cash in-house and not leaving based on theft? Robbery or anything to that effect.
So securities and controls.
Yeah.
So what do you do to institute securities and controls, for example?
Great question. So automation is a big piece. Automation technology that can also verify funds. What I mean by that is solely a device that would help secure the cash overnight that's insured for overnight storage of cash, so that you are securing it, dual processes, dual control, things of that, writing in those SOPs to help secure and kind of cover those bases for security and control.
Yeah, that's great. So are you working with retailers, distributors, cultivators, or everybody?
Great question. So I work predominantly with cannabis retailers, dispensaries. However, it's interesting the amount of cultivators that will call me because they still transact in cash.
Right. Is there any geographical area you're focused on?
Great question. So, I cover nationwide. Obviously, the majority of my business has been on the East Coast. I live in Florida. And so the East Coast with New Jersey and New York coming online and have been coming online. That's really where the opportunity has been. But I have customers out in Colorado and California. And I work and I consult with credit unions and financial institutions as well on their cannabis programs.
Right. Oh, I love that. Yes. Cool. Awesome. So, I know you do a lot of other good work, but we're focusing on this right now.
Yeah,
I feel
absolutely.
like it's very, very important.
Yeah,
so people see you, they see Cannabis Cash Queen, and that's it, right? And then you can tell them about all the other fun stuff they're doing.
I'm fortunate that I get to represent a couple of different brands or industry companies in the space. And so Cannabis Media is actually a tool that I've used to build my company as a region and a networking for outreach and not networking, excuse me, marketing and lead generating. So it's been a great tool, and they recently brought me on board. So I get to do some work with them with the banks and that synergy around the banks and the cash and the compliance. So I love how harmonious all of the affiliations and the people and companies I'm involved with really complement each other.
That's
so I'm very, very grateful for that.
I love it. So where do we find you online or otherwise?
Thank you. So Jen Makris on LinkedIn, Cannabis Cash Advisors on LinkedIn, and CannabisCashConsultants.com.
I love it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jen. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me. Always good. Always pleasure.
So there you have it. Rachel Wright here with Verdant Strategies in New York City at CMB.